I am going to set up one project for Spring MVC, but the beauty would be there. I will be not going to use any XML, even that web.xml. Everything would be from the Java configuration. But just allow me for the 1 minute to talk about Spring MVC, then we will move into the coding part. So as you know that Spring MVC is being used when you build up the any web application, right? And MVC is a design pattern that will give you or that will guide you to how to separate your code from backend, UI, and the model and the control, everything. So in my previous video, I have given the very detail what is the MVC, but let me this video to go to the code first. So in very short, if you see the browser and when you make any request, it hit the front controller, and whatever data you have given the form, it will go to the model, then it will hit the controller. We could have the many controller depend upon the work, and they will do all the business logic, and it will return the model and view, and it will show the view here. So if you see the next diagram, so means what is the web application? We have the UI and then we have the backend, right? So this is the two part, and when you hit some button, it will make a request and backend will give the response. But backend is always run on the application server. You need one application server. So I'm going to use the Apache Tomcat, and if you not have installed Apache Tomcat, you go Google and just search Tomcat server download and hit the first page. Here you can see that here you have to zip file, you have to download the zip and keep some folder, and I will explain you in the Eclipse how you set up. And this is my playlist for the dependency injection. So I would say please subscribe the channel, be kind, a lot of effort is going there, and you will have the better understanding. Okay, so as I explained, model means the data, they will carry your data. V stand for the view, means which kind of representation with which kind of data presentation where they will take care. And C for control, they have the complete business logic, right? And that they will return the view and the model to the dispatcher servlet. So if you see the architecture in very short, front controller is the only one front controller would be there, but we could have the many controller. It is the actually the agent who will do the any business work, right? So according to request, it will front controller delegate the request to the controller depend upon the logic or depend upon the request, and this controller may be hit to the DAW layer or database and get the data and send the data with help of the model, and also it will send the view, and that view name will be resolved through the view resolver, and then we populate the view and return back to front controller, and they will return to the browser. But in this video, what I'm going to do, what the last two videos I made on the Spring MVC, that is without the with the XML. So we had web.xml and the dispatcher-servlet.xml, right? In this video, I'm not going to use anything here. So what I will do, instead of the web.xml, I would have something web servlet configuration.java, and they implement with the help of the interface web application initializer. I will do the exact what the web.xml does. And for the dispatcher servlet, I would have the MVC configuration that support, there are the two annotation they will support to working the same thing, right? So without further delay, go to the Eclipse, and how you set up the Tomcat, go the preferences, and here you see the server, go to the runtime and set the path of your Tomcat where you have download the zip and unzip it. That's okay. Now make the new, go for the Maven project, click the Maven project, hit the next, don't click, no, don't tick this one, and here you use the Spring-MVC and enter. I need one archetype that will give you ready-made everything, no need to you set up all those things, right? So now it is filtering out, and you can see here contr and MVC archetype. Take this, click on the next. Group ID you can give, I have given binode.1, you can give anyone, and I say artifact ID MVC no XML. Okay, so just finish that. It will create one project here. Let me show MVC no project, right? No need to do anything because it has everything. Let me show you. So if you go here, web app, they have the web.xml that I'm going to delete it. I will not going to use it. So if you see, they have the Spring dispatcher, they have everything. Okay, and then they have view. Inside the view we have the home, and here the one JSP page, because this path has been might be configured somewhere. I will show you. Go to Java resource. Here you can see we have the controller. In the controller they have the, if you hit the base URL, it will go to the home, and inside the config they have the name resolver. If you see the name resolver, so if this guy is saying the home, it means it is the web dot and a view home.jsp. He's talking about this JSP. Okay, so you might have known this, this part used to be part of the dispatcher-servlet.xml, but I'm not going to use a special dispatcher-servlet.xml. Instead of that, we are going to MVC configuration, and with the annotation of the configuration, right, and also the enable MVC. Okay, but just without touching any code, just check it this part is running or not. So right click on that, run here, run on server, and check it. This is a super fast way to make the Spring MVC project, and see it works. So if this is home page, if you want to change something, it should work, right? It is working fine. Now go and refresh it. It's working fine. Okay, it's working fine. Now I am going to delete this web.xml. See, in front of you. I am going to, or do one thing before deleting. Let me create the one here. As I said, we need one file, so I am going to create one who will take care for the web.xml, right? So in the config, go here and add one Java class that would be the for the web.xml, and you have to implement web application initializer that I was discussing, right? And you have to now first make the oh, he's saying the unimplemented methods. Okay, we reduce my work there. Now on startup, we need first of all we make one application contest here. So this is the application config contest, it is required. Okay, and this is the main file. Now what I have to do, you remember that in web.xml I used to give the dispatcher-servlet information, but now this dispatcher-servlet information is where? Now that is there in the MVC configuration. So you have to register that MVC configuration.java class to have to inform him. See, we have already this MVC configuration, right? We have to just inform, because if you see we have all the name resolver, right? So we have to inform, so that's why we have registered it. After that register, you have to set the servlet context. So anyhow servlet context I am getting from the method only, but you have to set into the application context. I set it. After this setting, that you have to set the dynamic servlet. I will tell you what is the use of this. So you know that we have the dispatcher, and through the dispatcher it will and through the base URL, it is going to hit the servlet mapping for that. But if you see here, it is not accepting. Even I'm trying to solve the import is not working. You know why? Because if you go the pom.xml, I have one old servlet. This is the old one, this part. So you have to update this part. Instead of the 2.4, I need the 3.01 also, and here is the written the servlet API. So what I have to do, I have to make the javax.servlet.api and give the version number 0.0.1. So javax servlet and the javax servlet API and the 3.0.1. Save it, go here, now try to import, everything should be fine. Okay, after that you also doing this, the how many server you want while when you load. I always used to give the one is sufficient for the demo purpose, and it was the, you remember when you do the mapping, for the mapping it is required, and that's it. Now we have the everything what the web.xml used to be show here. Now I'm going to delete it, but see web.xml here var is there, right? After deleting the web.xml, you will see pom.xml is complaining. So let me first web.xml I am going to delete. The moment I delete it, it is showing the error, because without the web.xml he is saying I am not able to make the var file. So what you have to do, you make add one plugin. So go to the build part down, and here add one plugin and set the false on missing the web.xml. So on for the missing of web.xml, no need to show the error, make the false. Now this error has been gone. Okay, now time to remove this project from the server, and even though I'm going to stop the server, right? So everything should be from fresh. Now go to the no XML and run. So it is running or not, right? There is no any XML in our code, and see it is running or not. It's working fine. Add one more statement and check without XML. Go here, working fine. Even you go the controller part, okay, in control add one more controller, means the request mapping, and see it is working fine. Make the test2, give this name about, and the JSP page about. So I have to make one about JSP page, right? So inside the view, go and make one JSP, give the name about, finish it and gives this is about page. That's it. See it is working fine or not. So here you have to give the I don't know whether it is visible or not. Yeah, now give the about, and let me see it is working fine. It is working fine. So without XML everything is work fine, right? Thank you very much. Please be kind and subscribe the channel. All the code I will be pushing on to the GitHub and share the location. Thank you very much.